Hello, hello.
Mm-hmm. Hello back.
What's going on, old man?
I'm getting so sick and tired of reruns. Oh my God. I am so sick and tired of the Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Dirty Harry, my war movies, and then watch Harry Potter again. There's nothing new. There is nothing new. Oh my God. Ugh. I'm just beside myself. Like, there's nothing new. My sisters are the same way. There's nothing new. Hollywood is dead. Hollywood is dead. I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of it. I just watch reruns. We all watch reruns. The same shit over and over again.
Just watch old shit.
It's old. It gets old. It's tired watching old shit again and again. We want some new stories, some good stories. Some good stories.
Yeah, like there ain't shit you could do about it, man.
Take away their copyrights. They don't need them. Disney,
that new Superman isn't getting good reviews, is it?
No, that's fully. It's take Disney fucked everything up. Leave it to Disney. Leave it to drag queen Disney to fuck everything up. They went and bribed the politicians. I remember. They bribed the politicians in the 70s, and they did it again in the 90s, and they extended the copyright to 2,000 years. Nothing is in the public domain anymore. They don't need the copyright. I'm going to defend the copyright of Bruce Springsteen? He shits on my head, but I'm going to defend his copyright for 1,000 years? Fuck him. Fuck these guys. These guys make crap. They destroy Star Wars. They destroy Star Trek. They give us all this gay shit, trans shit to our kids, but their copyrights are protected?
All right, relax. Relax. Let's watch the new Superman trailer, okay? Sounds exciting.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some might. It's a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look.
He looks like an ICE agent during the Camarillo ice raid.
Into your actions. That's funny.
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're going to be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of the United States.
I wasn't representing anybody except for me and doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
Let me ask you something.
I've never seen Superman emotional like a woman like that. Ever.
Christopher Reeve was really the best Superman, wasn't he?
He was.
No. He wasn't. You know who the best Superman was?
Who?
George Reeves.
They were one and the same. Stoic, heroic, manly.
No. George Reeves. You know why George Reeves was better? Because we could relate to him more. He would come out and he would put his fist on his waist, and he had that chest and that big fucking beer belly.
Mm-hmm. These were big men. You know, Christopher Reeves had to work out. He was a Shakespearean actor. He wasn't a superhero, so he had to go to the gym and work out with a guy to get buffed. That wasn't his natural state, but he had the height and the look.
Let's keep going because the effects kind of got me enticed.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
choices, your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like the new logo. I feel, and look, I don't want to sound racist, but I feel like I'm being force-fed ethnicity. Like the Arab guy helping him up.
Why is he? Why is he asking for help? Superman never. Why is he? Why? What's the fucking dog? Is the dog gonna save his ass?
No, I like the dog. Yeah, I'm a comic book collector, man. I've got plenty of Superman issues with the dog. I'm a purist.
And those weren't Superman's parents. Glenn Ford, that was Superman's dad. Those guys look like country bumpkins on purpose.
I knew Glenn Ford's grandson. I used to be friends with him.
Glenn Ford went to Samuel High.
Yeah, so I knew his grandson, and his grandson used to live down the street from me on Rose. And his father was living in the Beverly Hills mansion that Glenn Ford used to live in.
Mm-hmm.
And one day he invited me to a party, and I went down there, and it was gorgeous. You're talking about, you walk in and there are pillars, and it's at street level, but somehow you were able to walk down a spiral staircase, and there was a garden, and you're asking yourself, how the fuck is this possible? I walked into this house, it was street level. Now I'm going down a spiral staircase, and there's a garden outside. And we go into this room, and it was a billiard room. There was a pool table and everything. And we're drinking, and he goes, "You see that couch?" I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "My grandfather fucked Marilyn Monroe on that couch."
Okay.
And I said, "Get the fuck out of here." And you know what I did? A minute or two later, I walked over to that couch and I sat down and I fucking sniffed the cushion.
Yeah, okay.
I just went and took a big whiff of that cushion. And I smelled Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been getting really bad. Well, not bad reviews, but like so meh reviews.
Where in that trailer is an American flag? Where?
Yeah, I didn't see one.
Where?
Yeah, I didn't see one.
Yeah. I tell you, take away their copyrights, Arthur. Take them away. They don't need them. They don't deserve them. They don't deserve protection. They crap on us, and we have to protect their copyrights.
I was 3 years old. And I used to live with my mother and two sisters in some shoddy apartment building in Sacramento. And my sister had a poster of Darth Vader. And I remember asking her, "Who is that?" She said, "That's Darth Vader." I was like, wow. And then one day I got in the car. My oldest sister drove us to the theater. And I got to see a movie. It was a double feature with the Disney movie, The Rescuers.
Oh,
and we saw the rescuers, you know, with the
the
mice.
cartoon. Yeah.
And and the second feature was Star Wars. This was 1977.
Right there.
I'm
Today's
s-
kids don't know a double feature. They just don't know what a double feature
I,
is.
I was sitting in the theater, and I'll never forget this spaceship
Mm-hmm.
coming on top of the movie screen,
Yeah.
and it was shooting lasers. I'd never seen lasers before.
Yeah.
My mind was blown. I was like, oh my God, what are those?
Mhm.
Those are lasers.
Yeah.
And that crawl, the crawl in the very beginning, Star Wars, and it tells you a synopsis of the story.
Mm-hmm.
It changed my life. I was 3.5 years old, and my life was fucking changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing the sequels. I remember standing in line, this long line in Westwood. And I remember people walking by and selling programs. We were poor, so I couldn't get one. But I remember these beautiful programs they would sell people waiting in line.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing the last one at like midnight in Westwood.
Mm-hmm.
And the joy, my father died when I was 6 years old in 1980.
Mm-hmm.
Empire Strikes Back came out in 1980. And Empire Strikes Back took all of that pain, that confusion, that hurt. I'm talking hurt, man. You know, seeing your father go from, you know, Superman to bloated chemotherapy, you know, glioblastoma, he's lost his mind, kind of hurt. And then to happiness, to wonder, to love, to imagination, to magic. So when I went to go see The Force Awakens, I got to tell you, in 45 minutes into it, it was when Han Solo and Chewbacca appeared, where I said, oh my God, this is bad. This is going to be really, really fucking bad. They just killed, they just murdered my childhood. And I let go. I let go. And I'll never forget, I talked to you about it, and you're like, wait a minute. You're one of these people, these purists. This is for the new generation. And I knew you were in this state of denial.
Arthur, it took me all 3 movies. They had to go. I had to go through the grieving process. I really did. Denial, acceptance, and then going. I had to go because I couldn't understand how a multi-billion corporation like Disney would ruin the greatest intellectual property in history. And they were doing it before my eyes. And my mind couldn't comprehend it. I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. No, well, maybe the next will be better. They've got to turn this around. It's stupid. It was stupid. In every sense of the word, it was stupid.
No, you know what it was?
They did it.
You know what it was? It wasn't stupidity. You know what it was? It was a jihad. It was a cult. It was ideology. If you look at the board of directors on Disney, they're all white liberal women. And come hell or high water, they were going to brainwash. They had their mind set on it. And they did it at our expense. They did it at our expense.
That's why you got to take away their fucking copyrights. They don't need them. They don't deserve them. It stifles innovation. It locks everything in this cage. No one can be creative anymore because you're afraid of being sued. It just stops everything.
It's communism.
And why would I put out a good product if I've got the copyright forever? What's my incentive to put out a good product? If I know my copyright's going to expire in 50 years, I'm churning out product and product after product, good ones.
Well, you know what your incentive is? What? That you have a money-making machine. You have the money maker, baby.
and you intentionally on purpose destroyed it, you lose your copyright.
But see that's exactly. I agree with you. But what I'm telling you is, you would have the incentive to create good shit because you're going to be able to print money. They didn't care about money. They were already wealthy. They wanted to brainwash a legion of human beings.
But do you know why they extended the copyright for 200 years or whatever it is now? Because they didn't want to lose the copyright on Mickey Mouse. Because they were making a lot of money on Mickey Mouse. So, now that they've got the copyright on Star Wars for 200 years, basically, they don't give a shit. But if they were going to lose the copyright on Star Wars, they'd be making great product after blah, 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 blah. It lights a fire on your ass.
And I'm so sick of this. Kathleen Kennedy's out. Kathleen Kennedy's back in.
Witch.
Kathleen Kennedy is out. Fuck that bitch. Yeah.
Jesus, I can't believe it.
Oh, man. Hey, my I don't want to say who it is, but a good friend of mine's going nuts about Trump cutting Social Security.
Yeah, me too. Me and my family too.
How do you feel about that? You're close to getting Social Security.
It should have been done a long time ago.
What?
Cutting Social Security taxes.
Oh no, the people that no. The people I'm talking about, they're saying that he's going to cut Social Security, not that he's going to cut taxes.
Oh, he's going to cut Social Security.
Yeah.
Must be a Democrat that you're hearing, because they've been saying that for the longest time. You're going to cut Social Security. You're going to cut Social Security. I remember when Republicans were against Medicaid and Social Security. Ronald Reagan had the kitchen table chats because they thought it would lead to socialism and communism.
Well, Republicans have never ever been pro Social Security, but what do you think?
Well, once people got used to Social Security, Republicans came on board. But even still, to this day, you get that hardcore Republican like Brent Shapiro, that hardcore conservative that's against Social Security even to this day, and their answer is get on charity, go be a beggar at your church, and work until you die. That's their answer. They hate Social Security, but they're hardcore conservatives. I don't get them. But Republicans have come on board. I understand the need to overhaul it financially, the need to look at the finances and fix it. I understand that, but they're not going to cut Social Security. I mean, if they'd be crazy if they did.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I heard the opposite.
So, in fact, we just got the emails and the letter. My sister got the letter that Trump passed the tax cuts. Well, not the tax cuts. It's basically a tax structure. It's a tax.
Wait. Time out. You got an email?
Yeah, I got an email. My sister got the email and the letter from Social Security saying that there was going to be a tax credit, not a tax.
Oh shit!
A tax credit of X amount of money based on your income. And if you fall into that credit, you won't pay taxes.
Nah, get the fuck out of here.
They'll credit you. You fall under overtime too. He cut overtime. He did the credit for overtime too.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. I think it's all going to come in October.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny you say that. Here, let me show you something. Get a load of this. This guy, his name is Brian Tyler Cohen. Look at him. Look at that face. Isn't that a face a mother would love? Check this out.
We have to talk about no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, because there is so much lies, so much disinformation about those three things. First of all, no tax on Social Security doesn't exist. Donald Trump, Carolyn Levitt, all these Republicans keep on saying it. It is a figment of their imagination. They did not eliminate taxes on Social Security. It was made up. Second,
No, they
no tax
didn't.
on tips, no tax on overtime. No tax on tips and no tax on overtime are in the bill, but there are some major caveats. No tax on tips is capped at $25,000
Who is
a
this
year.
idiot?
No tax on overtime is capped at $12,500 per year. That's the
Oh,
limit.
12 grand.
Meaning every
Just that.
dollar you make above those rates, which by the way, $25,000 a year and $12,500 a year, those are still considered poverty wages. Every dollar above that is taxed.
I'll take him. I'll take those poverty wages any fucking day.
Poverty level wages that we're willing to waive the taxes on, but everything above $12,500 is going to be taxed as normal. One more thing they did, they sunsetted it in 2028, meaning
So
they gave themselves,
what does this guy want?
millionaires and billionaires,
To be
a
taxed to death?
massive tax.
Give
Look
the
at this.
government his money. Give the
Look at
government
this
his money.
guy.
You know, at least it's something, Arthur. At least this. The
Yeah.
only thing I've heard from a progressive Democrat like this guy is more taxes. He's got his hand in my pocket. He's picking my lint. This guy. That's what this guy does. 12 grand and 25 grand. That's not chump change to me and you. The only thing I've ever heard from a Democrat. So what's he done for me? What the hell has he and his Democratic Party ever done for me? I've never heard a Democrat tell me, "I'm going to let you keep your money. I'm going to cut the taxes here. I'm going to let you keep your money." He's never told me that. I've never heard him say that. So what's his problem?
Well, Democrats, they give out turkeys.
Oh, yeah, paid for by us. Yeah, free turkey, but we got to pay for it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they give out turkeys, man.
This is just the beginning. Who knows?
Let me tell you
it'll
something.
Get extended.
Yeah. I mean, for myself, like I have a job, and for me to make what is the cap on overtime? It's 12,500.
I thought he said 25.
Is it 25,000?
So. Yeah, or is it 12?
Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
One of those two.
I don't know. What? Either way. Last year, I've been in my job for 25 years, going on 26. Last year was the blessed year I've ever had. I made $8,000 in overtime. Okay. Let's say that were to cap out, not 25, let's just say 12,500. I would be so happy if I got $12,500 tax free for the year. I would be ecstatic out of my mind. For me to make 12,500 in overtime, that's not something that comes every day. And to keep it. And let's say it's 25 grand. Shit. I'll do it. I'll take overtime any opportunity I get.
I think the 25 grand were the tips. But
yeah,
he was the guy, his father was the guy that put the tax on tips to begin with. Remember when tips weren't taxed? The waitress could keep her tips, and that son of a bitch, his party, taxed the waitress's tips.
Whose party?
And he's pissed, Democrats. And he's pissed off that a waitress is getting a break?
Well, you know what it is? He's doing mental gymnastics so hard. He needs anything. He needs something to hate Trump. It's the grift. That's what it is. It's the grift.
And who's to say that later on they won't raise the cap? They won't eliminate it altogether. They won't extend it. This is just the beginning. But at least it's something.
God forbid the ball's in the Democrats' court. Can you imagine how helpful that would be to their campaign if they wanted to get rid of the no tax on overtime? Good luck with that.
Just put a gallon of gas in your tank in California. Tell him to go to California if he doesn't live there already. $7 a gallon. Why? Because the environmental tax and the usage tax and the fuel tax and the highway tax and this fee and that fee and the disposal fee. Jesus Christ. $7 for a gallon of gas in a Democratic state.
Yeah.
He's out of his mind.
You're getting old, my friend. Have you thought about what you're going to do when the time comes? What's going to happen when this old guy walks off into the sunset? Because I was thinking about it, and you really should consider cryogenics. You really should consider.
Like Gene, what was that guy's name? The guy who invented Star Trek? Oh, Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah, Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah. Didn't he get shot off into space with cryogenics?
Yeah, they shot his ashes up into space. That's the way to go, man. No, but do you remember that show when we were kids, that movie, Faces of Death?
Oh, my God.
Do you remember that?
Jesus Christ, Arthur. Yeah, that was a long, long time ago. They came out in the videos.
Yeah. Describe to me what Faces of Death was.
These young people, they don't know what we're talking about. It's all it basically was gore. They captured guys getting into car crashes and their heads chopped off or getting shot and blown up, and that's all it was, really.
Now, Faces of Death was a documentary that came out, and it dealt with death, and basically it was a bunch of scenes where real life people were dying, and
it was a snuff film.
It was a snuff film. It was a legal snuff film, and and so, I remember being a little kid. We went to the video store, and I went with my friend, and we picked up this VHS tape, and it had a skull wearing aviator glasses, and it said "Faces of Death."
Yeah.
And, we were like 9 years old. And I remember thinking, what the hell is this? And we turned it over, we're reading it, and we're like, holy shit, we got to rent this. So we go to the 40-something-year-old working at the counter, and we're not sure if he's going to rent this to us. And we set the tape on the table. We scoot it over. Guy looks at the movie.
You didn't have a moment of repulsion. Oh, we shouldn't get this. Oh, no, we got to get this.
Oh, yeah. No, we had to have it. Guy looks at the tape, looks at us, looks at the tape. Sure. Here you go. Enjoy. Take it home.
Enjoy. Yeah.
Sure enough, his mother was mortified.
Yeah.
Said we couldn't. Yeah, said we couldn't watch it. But then his pops came home, and his old man was, at this point he was retired, but he used to be a professor in UCLA. And he looks at the movie and he says, "Let the boys watch it.
Yeah.
It'll be educational."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh shit!" So we put the tape in the VCR, and we saw the most goriest shit ever, man.
Yeah.
And now I'm 50 years old, and I said, I want to go revisit some Faces of Death. And I thought about you.
Yeah.
And I really do think you should consider cryogenics, man.
Yeah.
Check this out. This is from Faces of Death. This is an encapsulation of Samuel Berkowitz.
There are also those who seek immortality. Cryonics clinics have been developed to meet this demand. Within 24 hours after Samuel Berkowitz died of cancer, his body was being prepared for cryonic suspension. Once all his blood had been drained,
That's a real dead guy, by the way.
salt solution was flushed through his circulatory system. This process completed, Mr. Berkowitz was now ready to be connected to the perfusion apparatus. A glycerol solution was placed into his body. This reduced the freezing damage that would otherwise occur and prevent cell deterioration. By freezing the dead, doctors are able to preserve the body so that sometime in the future, when a cure has been developed, the deceased may be brought back to life. This procedure can be quite costly. Just be sure you've provided money in your will. Since ancient time, man has been interested in physical survival and has attempted to preserve human remains. The first man was frozen 10 years ago. Since then, hundreds of others have chosen the same path. TransTime in Berkeley, California are cryonics specialists. They sincerely believe that the dead they preserve will be brought back to life at a later point in time.
Are those companies still in business?
Imagine what it would be like to die in 1980 and wake up 100 years later. If science is successful, the future will be inhabited with humans from the past.
Do people still do that?
After being placed in a sleeping bag and wrapped in a special plastic casing, Mr. Berkowitz was now ready to be housed in his capsule filled with liquid nitrogen. From this point on, he will be encapsulated in an environment 320 degrees below zero. Good luck, Mr.
Look it, man. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'm telling you, man.
No way.
Imagine Edgar Garcia, born November 1st, 1969, suspended July 16th, 2032. I'm telling you, let's do it, man.
That guy was born in 1901?
Yeah.
God.
I'm serious, man. That would be so cool. Can you imagine you waking
that guy
up?
was born 40 years after the Civil War.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you.
He practically made Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. Yeah. You would be perfect for this.
You remember the movie Sleeper, Woody Allen Sleeper, where he's cryogenic?
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I just
That's
thought
funny.
of you, man. I was like, you know what? He would be perfect for that.
No. I don't think so.
Oh my
And come
God.
back to what? The Muslims taking over the world? Really?
The
I'm gonna come back
Muslims
to a
taking
Muslim?
over
Jihad.
the world. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that. I noticed this the other day. Get a load of this guy, man. Democrats, I think Democrats have lost full control of the party. I think the Democratic Party has been completely taken over by radical progressives.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Are you serious?
Man.
Democratic, his name is Omar
Let me guess.
Fateh.
He's Somalian. He looks like a fucking Somali. Okay.
Yeah, he looks like the guy that kidnapped Tom Hanks.
Mhm.
Look at this guy, bro.
Yep.
Look at him like,
Yep.
are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Are you serious? Democrats, I ask you, really? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Full-blown Muslim
This is
Somali.
Yeah, and this is who they're going to vote for mayor in Minneapolis.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, Minnesota. That's where they went. Somalis went to Minnesota. They took it over. Minnesota, Michigan, and Wisconsin. It started out as a charitable endeavor by the Christian organizations, and they got all the Somalians because they had a famine. They were starving to death in the desert of Somalia and Ethiopia. If you remember, Live Aid, that was what Live Aid was all about. So we felt sorry for them. These Christian organizations felt sorry for them. They brought them over here in droves, and they took over. What idiots. Oh, my God. What freaking idiots.
We need to stop feeling sorry for them. And this is the reason why.
His ass has got to go, man.
Yeah.
And I bet he's a socialist, he's a communist, he's a Muslim. Yeah.
Yeah. People need to wake up, man, because shit's getting pretty real. Listen to this.
In America, we have a political left. It's a progressive left. As you know, it's sexually permissive. And this political movement appears strangely allied with radical Islam. Can you explain this?
When I was an extremist, Islamist, fundamentalist, I would only vote left.
Why is that?
I saw them as very stupid. I would fear the conservatives because they come with principle. That's not someone they can brainwash. But the left, I know they have no values and no principles to begin with. I dare you to find one Islamic extremist that votes for Donald Trump. Never do it. They'd give their vote to the leftist who wants to run around in pride parades. And Islamic extremists are against gays and homosexuals and transgenders, but they want the left to go and get busy with that. They want them, go speak about the climate, go speak about abortion, go kill yourselves, go do that. Ilhan Omar, she's fighting for abortion rights and all the other, my body, my choice. Yes, go do that, go do it. But would she have an abortion? Never. Never. Would she kill a Muslim in her stomach? Never.
What is the fundamentalist and jihadi agenda for America?
The future of America has to be Muslim.
Oh, good God. Jesus,
Yeah.
right there. You just stuck a dagger right here. Lunge him right there. Jesus.
Yay.
The future of
Zohar.
America is Muslim. God, Jesus.
Yeah, Zohar
him outta
Mandani. What's his name? Zohar Mandani? What was it?
Zoran Mamdani.
Zoran Mandani. Omar Fateh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, man, that is the agenda. That is what we're Tommy Robinson, Douglas Murray. They're speaking. We need to listen.
The last two remaining males in all of England.
Yes,
the
sir.
British have lost their balls. The Irish have lost their balls. The Scottish have lost their balls. The French have gone. There's no more males left to fight. They're done.
Yeah.
And I don't think
Check
there's
this
any
out,
males,
man.
Christian males in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. They're all gone.
No. The other day there was a pot raid. They raided a marijuana farm here in California, and there were kids there. There were kids working there. Check this out.
My family has been here fucking 8 generations from my mother's side.
Look at, she's got the leaf blower.
Stand in front of you. To show you that I stand my my hardworking casa.
And in those 6 generations, you can't become an American citizen?
Working with Mexican blood to the fucking bone marrow.
Look at these people, bro. Look at, check this out.
We have breaking news out of Camarillo, where federal agents are conducting a major immigration operation at a farm. A crowd of protesters has been facing
farm,
and they have been throwing smoke canisters. This all started around 11:30 this morning on Laguna Road. We're still trying to find out if anyone has been arrested. We'll bring you any new.
What gets me, man? No, they're harvesting weed, and you know what gets me is why. Okay, you found children there. These were children that were human trafficked. These were children with no parents that were brought over from, Mexico, wherever. No parents. They were trafficked here. Why? Why wasn't OSHA right? But listen to me. Why hadn't OSHA inspected that place? Because if OSHA had gone there, they would have found those kids there, and they would have said, "What are kids doing there?"
Follow the money, Arthur. I bet you they give money to all the politicians in Sacramento. You don't think that the Mexican cartels are in on that? Okay, let me tell you. I remember having conversations years back throughout my life of people who came from migrant farm workers background. And they would tell me stories how they would pick strawberries and lettuce and whatever with their parents. with their parents. They were 14, 15, 16 years old, and they were there picking in the same field with a family relative, because a family farm is exempt from child labor laws, because it goes back to the 1800s when the family was all in the farm, and you would have the 10-year-old go milk the cows. That's why they're exempt, because of the family farm. And these guys would pick the strawberries with their parents.
Right.
What are these kids doing there without their parents? Who's taking care of them?
Yeah, and you know what they found? They arrested a guy who was working on the farm who had previous charges of child rape. So you're gonna get these kids, you're gonna have them work on the farm alongside of child molesters. Gavin Newsom.
Those agents were not there just to conduct a random raid. That's a waste of their resources. They go there with a mission. We got these guys for the warrant. We know this guy's there. This guy's there. We're going to pick all these guys up. They went. They did their homework. They do their homework, Arthur. I've been in the staging, because they used to stage at my facilities, the sheriffs and the DEA. So I know they
check
have a
this
plan.
out. Another concerned representative goes down there to see what's going on. This is Representative Salud Carvajal, Democrat, California. Check this out.
Where was he storming the place to find those children? Where?
Look at this fucking guy.
Where was he storming the place to find the children? On a pot. These are illegal alien children with no parents, no parental supervision, picking an illegal drug.
Yeah.
So why they shouldn't complain when children in Afghanistan or in the Golden Triangle go in the fields to pick the heroin poppy. Are they complaining about that?
Oh, these people don't give a shit, my friend. These people don't give a shit. We're losing. We're losing control. We're losing control. I saw this the other day. I was surfing the net, and I think we need to all come to the conclusion that women should not be police officers anymore. Get a load of this.
Yeah, that's in England. The trial's going on right now. A cop does not cry hysterically like that. You're a cop. You scream bloody murder when you get shot, but you get punched in the face. You don't do that.
Sit down for me. One 6257. You're all right. 16257.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
No more women police officers. No more women soldiers out in the battlefield. No more
women's police beat cops. They have a place in law enforcement. They have a
there's always a place. Someone's got to frisk the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in my probation department, females were excellent, but it was a controlled setting, an enclosed environment, and they were dealing with juveniles. The female had a different effect on the juvenile, But once you get on the street with a 25-year-old meth head and you're there alone as a female, you're dead.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
females
my
that I worked
friend.
with, they were spectacular. They were fantastic, but it was a different environment.
Yeah. You know, I got to get going, but I wanted to share something. Check this out. Look at him, Mr. John Lennon.
Yeah.
If John Lennon had survived. So the Beatles, like Star Wars, changed my life. I used to write music, and whenever I wrote a song, I always asked myself, how would John Lennon do it? How would Paul McCartney do it?
Yeah.
And but what I can't get over, I can't get my mind wrapped around it. If John Lennon were alive today, would he be out there cursing and throwing rocks at ice? And I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney and John Lennon are superheroes to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Paul McCartney has always stayed out of the limelight when it comes to politics.
Always.
Yeah. But John Lennon, not so much.
Well,
look,
that was part of the Ram album.
The King of Marigold was in the kitchen. I mean, is that not genius or what?
Mm-hmm.
I've never ever
imagery.
I've never ever in my life have written a lyric like that. The King of Marigold was in the kitchen. The King of Marigold was in the kitchen. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, cooking breakfast for the Queen.
And see how he boom, boom, bam. Oh my God. The Queen was in the parlor playing piano for the children of the king.
It's poetry.
And it goes back.
Imagery.
Making sigh. You old enough to know better.
Wrote part of Ram. I forget which songs he wrote with Ram. Decrying John Lennon's preachiness. You know, even back then, Paul McCartney said, "This guy's getting annoying. He's preaching to everybody. You know, just write songs and shut the hell up."
Right.
And that's where John Lennon took offense, and he wrote "How Do You Sleep" as a jab.
Oh my God. Yeah, that you know, that was really hard to be a Beatles fan at that time. But my God, the genius that came out of it. How do you sleep at night?
Yeah, that was his stab at McCartney, because McCartney said, "You're too preachy. Stop, you know, stop, you know, doing what you're doing with this Yoko Ono woman." Because they were doing all kinds of anti-war bed-ins, and they were go running around naked, and you know, it was too much.
Oh my God, look at those crazy eyes. Look at her crazy eyes. That was his wife, man. He loved her. He loved her.
Oh my God.
But she I don't care what anybody says, she had a big part in the decimation of the Beatles.
Well, they were
going to break up anyways.
Yeah.
I know.
But she was just like, "Oh God, I'm out of here. I don't want to see this witch anymore."
And you know, John could have had anybody. He could have had anybody. Let me just say this. He treated Linda and Julian like fucking garbage.
Yeah.
You know, I know that he kind of made amends, or he made amends. I don't know. You know, what do I know? And towards the end, but he was not good to Julian. He was not good to Linda. and that always
not Linda, but
yeah.
what's her name? What the hell? Linda's Paul McCartney's wife.
Yeah,
What the hell's her name?
Julian, and the fuck's her name, dude? Well, Julian's mother.
Yeah,
I know.
Julian's mother, I'm blanking out.
Cynthia? Was it Cynthia? Cynthia. Yeah. Yeah, he was not good to Cynthia. He was not good to Julian. And it's sad, Julian had to travel the earth trying to get his father's belongings back because Yoko was selling them.
Who sold them? Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
Julian went to her after his father got assassinated and said, "Can you give me something of my dad?" And she said, "No, screw you." And she sold them all of the stuff. So he's gone for decades all over the world buying his stuff with his name on it.
Why? And do you know why? Because she looks at Julian and she sees John. She looks at Sean and she sees John, but not like she does when she looks into Julian's face, and that pisses her off, man.
She's just an evil, mean. As much as she tries to be peace and love with the little glasses, peace and love. Yeah, go do peace and love with your own family, stupid witch. And Cynthia Lennon never asked for a dime, not one single penny throughout her life.
That was a good woman. Cynthia was a good woman.
She was a good woman.
Look at him.
Sorry for Sean Lennon being stuck in the middle. Sean.
Yeah.
Because everybody criticizes his mother. That's his mother. But what can you do?
Look at that old headset. That was like cutting edge technology. Look at that. I miss him. And when Paul McCartney goes, I'm going to cry my eyes out.
Yeah.
I'm going to be devastated.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be upset. It's going to be like my dog died. All right, buddy. I got to get out of here, but I'll give you a call sometime this week, man. Seriously, look into the cryogenics.
Too many people preaching practices. That's John Lennon. That's John Lennon.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, buddy. I will see ya. Don't drop any change in front of the nurse, okay? I don't want to get any calls.
Yeah.